Hey guys, this weekend we spent it at Arrowhead Campground, which is in the Baden Lake Recreation Area of the Uwharrie National Forest. We had a nice scenic view here. We came here because it was kind of between where we were previously this week for my work and our house. So we're approximately about 3 hours away from the house, so it was a nice middle ground for somewhere to stop. Our site here, we actually chose number 37, which we chose it because it was a nice paved and pretty level spot. We had a picnic table, a hook to hang a lantern from, a nice huge fire pit, and also a grill area. But then once we got here, we found this little alcove of a walk path that goes out of our back of our camping spot to a sidewalk that leads straight to the bathhouses. So this has been a very nice one. It was a back end, but there are a couple pull-throughs here. All of the sites here at Arrowhead have electric only hookups, so no water, no sewer. And the electric hookups is a 110 amp, well 15 amp with 110 plugs, 30 amp and 50 amp service, so we use a 30 amp, so it's perfect for us. The campground itself has a very centralized location for the bathhouse and bathrooms. It was an easy walk for almost anywhere in the campground. Surrounding the campground there is a 3/4 mile paved hiking trail, which was an actual very nice walk for taking the dogs out for later in the afternoon to get them more worn out before going to bed. There's also a dump station just outside the campground for you to dump your tanks if you need to. And also the host station, we saw the host, but we didn't really get a chance to talk to them, but they are located at number 22. While you're here, you might use the bathhouses, so let's talk about those a little bit. There is no air conditioning inside of them, so if it's a hot August day like it was while we were here, it can be very hot in it. The bathroom is actually really clean. The showers are really clean, the bathroom stalls and the sinks. It stayed pretty spotless in there. If you use the showers, there is a potential of two things. Either you're going to have really hot water or you're going to have cold water. We've had a mixture of both depending on what time of day it was, so just check your water before you get into it. You might be running in, doing something, then running back out, as one of the other campers here had told me that's what he had to do. On the bathroom stalls, the water pressure wasn't the greatest, but it still does its job. And like I said, they come in pretty regularly to clean up the bathrooms, so that you don't have to worry about any trash or any kind of mess in them. With it being located in the Uwharrie National Forest, you have a lot of recreational boat ramps. We actually have one just off of the campground, so you have areas where you can put your boat into the water and go fishing, or just go right around in the lake. You also have Kings Mountain Point and those scenic areas, which are on the other side, where you can take in the views of the water and the mountains in the area. And a short drive away, which is something we actually took in, is Morrow Mountain State Park. It's about a 45-minute drive from the campsite, but it was actually really worth the drive. So as you can tell, there's a lot of great things about this campground, but there's one huge thing that we had an issue with. Well, actually there was two when we came in. First, we didn't know that most of the road coming in here was going to be gravel roads with lots and lots and lots of bad potholes. So we found that as a discovery item when we got here. Then once we were into the road, you had to go by what was on the app to tell you exactly how to get here. Well, it said follow the signs. Well, unless you're paying attention for signs and not paying attention to all the potholes in the road, you're going to miss those signs, because we did it the first time and actually went past the campsite and had to back our camper back up the road and then turn into where the campground is. And I think out of the 4 times we've driven back into the campground, we've missed the sign 3 more times. So it's something very hard to see and can be very easily missed. So we actually, coming into it after those 2 items, it was we hated it enough where we said we would never come back here just because of those things. But we'll talk about that here in a minute. When you get back out to Highway 109, either way you go, about a half mile away, there are trading posts in those areas. If you go to the left, there's a trading post and just the trading post general store. If you go to the right, it's actually a gas station trading post where a lot of the people who come here to four-wheel drive actually go to. But if you are wanting more of a grocery store, which was Food Line was one we found, you have to drive about 30 minutes away to Troy, which is the nearest city with a grocery store in it. So either you need to come prepared for basically staying here or be willing to make the trek out about 30 minutes one way. So when it comes to conclusion, what our thoughts are on this campground, talking about the campground itself, it's a wonderful campground. Great amenities, great location, the camp spots are amazing, and you got a great scenery just nearby. And also, just down the road a little bit, you got Kings Mountain Point, the state park. So I mean, it's got a lot of great scenery and things that we never knew were actually here, and we were actually really surprised. And those are the reasons why in 24 hours our minds changed a lot on our thoughts about this campground. Like I said, coming in here, we were so aggravated and everything about coming in, we said right then we never come back. But as we spent more time in the area and got out and explored more, we kept on saying, okay, this is something that we've been missing out on, we didn't know about, and we definitely need to come back and check out again. So definitely, this is going to be an area we come back to. Now we might go out and explore more Mountain State Park, their campground, or there's a couple other campgrounds in the area, but we're not marking this on the list. We actually would come back here now. So if you have any questions about Arrowhead Campground, or if you've stayed here, let us know down in the comment section. And thanks for watching.